Hello, love. This is Eve Christoph, your Love Life Muse. Stick with me for this really intense news. Did you know that that countries who circumcise their babies and men are the highest users of Viagra in the world? I'm here to talk to you about the Viagra Circumcision Connection and how, even just 70% of all the Viagra use in the world is from the United States, I believe. You might want to check on that statistic. Might be a little bit different, but that's what I just heard. And it makes sense to me because when you circumcise men, you're taking away this huge amount of their ability for pleasure. And I've been interviewing men, and they've been contacting me here in this show about what happened to them when they were circumcised later in life, and discovered what this really means for them. You know, what happened was, for all these different men writing in, is they lost sensation. They lost the ability to have full erections. They lost the ability to stay hard with their lovers. They became sensitive and chafing all the time, but also mainly numb, just numb. So then there comes in this need for Viagra, and one man wrote in and said when he took the Viagra, his body was so unused to anything like that he couldn't get his erection to go down. He ended up in the hospital. He ended up with just a limp, destroyed penis from then on. I mean, I believe he can heal still. I believe he can, but the Viagra Circumcision Connection is about the control of men. Basically, if you take away their pleasure ability, at least a huge portion of your natural ability for pleasure, by stealing his foreskin when he's a baby and indoctrinating him into torture and sexuality from the moment he's born, put those two together, now you've got somebody you can sell something to. You've got somebody who is searching for something they're missing and doesn't know where to find it, and so they'll go into the porn circuit to try to get stimulated, to try to get this thing they don't know why it's not there really, and then you can sell porn to them. So we have to stop. We have to stop pressuring men for circumcision as women, as American women. Now listen, this is not a phenomena of other countries. There's many countries. There's like a couple of countries that are doing circumcision, and along with the United States, they are the ones who are needing Viagra and buying it. But there's all these countries all over the world who would never dream of doing this to their infants when they're born, who would never dream of telling their beautiful husbands and men, take away, part of your beautiful cock for me, like take away part of your labia, take off your boobs. I mean, come on, it's really, really tragic. But in these other countries, you have, a much more luscious sexuality going on. Well, maybe it's because the man can feel more pleasure. And they feel more loved by the women. Okay, that's all I am here to say today, other than let's just stop. Let's just stop this. Don't pass on circumcision to your boys or your boyfriends or anybody. Let's stop it here and now. And you got to be really strong. If you're pregnant or you know anybody pregnant, they've got to tell the doctors, do not circumcise my baby. I will sue you if you do. And don't let anybody take the baby out of the room on you, because I know one lady, they just took the kids out. Oh, take the kids for a moment to measure them, whatever. And they come back circumcised with these little bandages all over their cocks and their little tiny penises. This is torture of an infant, and this is robbery of the man's essential right to pleasure and sexual freedom over his own body. So us women are like, we want freedom over our body, we want freedom of choice. Well, we've robbed the men. What do we expect? It comes back around. So we have to start speaking out about this and just say no. Look, all these countries all over the world don't do this. We don't have to do this. It's not about cleanliness. That's a total lie. Those liquids within the man's foreskin all protect him. They have antibodies that protect him from disease. They give him lubrication. They give the woman lubrication in sex. They are meant to be there. And they're not actually dirty. Yeah, you clean yourself off once in a while, but in general, these are good lotions, just like you don't tell women, clean yourself out with a whole bunch of soap. No, you say freshen up every day, with beautiful soaps here, of course, but you don't like ream it out, because those inner liquids are to give her comfort and for fertility and all kinds of beautiful things. Same with the men. So stand up to those girlfriends. If a woman is pressuring you about this, please just say, you're probably not my type of woman. You don't have a compassion in you. You're not looking from my perspective. You don't love masculinity in its entirety. You don't want me to be soft and sensitive and nourished on a deep erotic level that's natural. Why would I want to cut off part of myself for you? And the thing is, if you do this for her, you're going to resent her from then on, because you will see her as somebody who essentially didn't love you from the beginning and wanted you to be less of yourself. You won't be able to be turned on to her again. Very, very unlikely, unless you're doing this because of you want the look of always being exposed. But remember, if you have a tight foreskin, coconut oil will soften it. Every day you put coconut oil on, you won't have that problem anymore, and you'll be able to keep your beautiful foreskin. So some men have circumcision later in life because of a tight foreskin, and coconut oil every day will completely give you an erotic feeling all day long and make you very comfortable. It's a solution, and you will not need that surgery. Don't do it. You'll become a Viagra user, and that's just what they want. The people who just want to make money, who have their products, it's not like there's some evil force out there, like there's some, what's that called? Conspiracy theories about they who want to get us. It's that they is in each of us. They is the worst woman within us who's thinking only from her own perspective. They is the man in you who judges you and wants you to be like other men, to look the same in the locker room. They is the other part of all of us. We've got to always differentiate between our true heart and our true ego and learn how to follow the heart. Follow the heart. And love your beautiful body so that you will never have to use Viagra. And I don't want you to feel bad if you do have to use it, because I know many men who do. But the point is, where is your eroticism arising from? And how can you follow that stream of actual erotic impulse? And love it, where it comes from. Okay, love life.